Hello, Internet! Welcome to AquaWatch Theory, where we divide and conquer all your favorite cyborg ninja to robot horse ladies. In this particular episode, we're going to be diving into Jameson Fox and his dark truth, so sit back, find yourself some bombs, and get ready to listen. Now, for better context for those who don't know who Jameson Fox, also known as Junkrat, is. Growing up in an irritated wasteland surrounding Junkertown, Junkrat is an unhinged, explosive, obsessed lunatic, one of the lawless junkers of the Outback. He and his partner, who we will get into later, lived for crime sprees and mayhem. Like many others, he was affected by the lingering radiation caused by the attack on the Australian Omnium's fusion core. This touch of madness made him ideal for handling dangerous explosives, a love he turned into an obsession. Junkrat became a robber after finding a valuable secret within the remains of the Australian Omnium. This discovery attracted bounty hunters and gangs. But why does this attract the main question? Well, we need to dig deeper into Junkrat's stories with a list. Now, it's no surprise that this bomb-holding mayhem tyrant gets hated by everyone. But why? He's no terrorist. He's only an international thief. That's when I begin to think all these characters don't have one thing in common. None of them have been so-called terminally ill. You have characters like Soldier 76, Tracer, and Reaper, all people who have wreaked havoc onto Junkrat's big personalities. Just listen to the voice lines.
I was just in the kitchen. Anyone have something they want to confess?
I was just trying to make a milkshake. I like what you got going on. The ghost powers, the magically replenishing shotguns, the mysterious identity. You're a real character.
Shut up.
It's a perfect day for some mayhem.
That's what I'm always saying.
It was just a simple milkshake. Why was Soldier 76 so mad? Junkrat compliments Reaper, but Reaper shows no mercy. But the worst of all of them is Tracer. She copies one of his main sayings, making fun of his speech and using it against him. But then we get put onto a hook when there's one other character who can be called terminally ill. Sigma. His life changed forever after a failed experiment. Gave him the ability to control gravity, but splintered his mind. Now he struggles to maintain his connection to reality, which could inspire rolling down into possibly death. And just like Junkrat fueled by the radiation in Junkertown goes for the same madness, slowly moving him into death. After the explosion, radiation went all through the wastelands, attaching to anyone in Junkertown. Junkrat was one of the main people to be struck by this tragedy. He was exposed to radiation, and seeing by his state of his nails, he had radiation poisoning. So any injury left untreated could have resulted in necessary amputation. But another theory is that he could have just blown his limbs off during a heist spree, but I'm not so very certain, due to the fact that, well, it doesn't feel like a thing that anyone would try to do. Now, it goes without saying the discovery of the so-called treasure Junkrat found led to a bunch of bounty hunters against him, and knowing him, he's just a baby against all the others. So he found a new partner/bodyguard named Mako Rutledge, also known as Roadhog. Roadhog is a ruthless masked killer with a reputation for destruction, roaming the irritated wreckage Australian outback. But Roadhog wasn't always this way. Just like Junkrat and Sigma, Mako watched as his home became an apocalyptic wasteland. And he forever changed. Adapting to his environment, he donned a mask little by little. His humanity was forgotten. The last seconds of Mako faded away, and the ruthless killer Roadhog was born. Junkrat sought out Roadhog and proposed a deal. He would give Roadhog half the profits from a legendary lost treasure he planned to find. This encounter marked the beginning of their partnership, with Roadhog becoming Junkrat's bodyguard and enforcer in exchange to share of their criminal earnings. Junkrat's chaotic and destructive behavior in Overwatch stems from a combination of his upbringing in the harsh, irritated Australian outback and a potential underlying mental health condition, such as psychic disease, used to refer to mental illness. But then you really dig deep and see that he talks to himself as well, leading to an even worser fate: schizophrenia. But why do I think that's what that is? Just listen closely to these voice lines.
Oh, don't mind me, I was just taking 5. Definitely not thinking about blowing something up. No way. Definitely not. Okay, come on, maybe just a little something.
Did you hear it? He laughs after talking about blowing something up, but nobody is in the radius of him. He is talking to himself. All these notes I've put down only led to one final answer to the main question. Is Junkrat terminally ill? The only safe bet to say is yes. Yes, he is. Going through the path that he's on will only lead to devastation, and one day will fall when Junkrat won't be able to have his last laugh anymore. But hey, that's just a theory, an AquaWatch theory, and cut.